Well, we start off this episode with a call out to Nelspruit to go and rescue another little orphan. It looks like this was involved in a shooting accident, and we've just arrived with the people who've managed to collect it for us and keep it safe until we got here.
It's okay. It's okay, mommy. It's okay. You want me to open it out?
No, I just want to.
It's like really deep. I did send Deirdre a photo.
Okay.
There's definitely no bone damage.
Okay.
It just looks muscular to me. I cleaned it with wound. It's okay, baby. Cleaned it with wound treatment.
Okay.
And then I put it's a Swiss honey ointment that works like a charm for everything. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's okay.
Shame.
But yeah, he, I don't know what it is. It's.
Can have a look and guess.
I'm sorry.
They're very hard to tell. And this says, this looks like a little girl. It's a little girl.
So yeah. The mother was shot, and I think it's a graze wound because it's quite
Yeah.
a big mark on the spot there
Yeah.
that you can see.
Well, the long drive home begins with this little one, and hopefully she's going to be okay. Not really sure what kind of trauma she's been through or what she's actually seen, but at least she's a survivor, sleeping very, very well, and Mayuri managed to get her to drink some liquid, which was very, very important. She did start jumping around a little bit later and trying to make friends with me, which was quite great, and sort of travelled quite pleasantly all the way through to Zanin. What are you going to say? Well, not too sure why, but evidently Mayuri looked a lot scarier than me, so the little one decided to jump over and spend a lot of the time driving, sitting there on the back of my neck, just holding on to me. So I don't know if she had some male companion that was looking after her before or not, but for some reason she just thought I'm the better option at the moment. And yeah, she travelled very, very well and did go and sleep every now and again, so the journey was pretty pleasant.
For baby 13. Hey, Filmo.
Do you want me to bring her in?
Yeah, you can bring her in. It is a girl then.
It is a little girl, yes.
Oh,
hello. How are you doing?
Well, Dave,
Fall ahead.
what's the crack with this one?
It sounds like it was shot on a game farm. The mother was shot on a game farm. So you'll see on the one hand where the bullet probably went through into the mother. It's grazed the arm. It's got a cut on the arm. And,
Looks like a, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Alright, well, thank you very much.
Okay. So of course our first concern is the wound on the little one's arm, just to make sure it's not bad or anything like this, hasn't reached the bone, and what we're going to be faced with before we actually go and give her a complete check over. So we just want to see what they put on with their bandage and what it looks like underneath, get it nicely cleaned up, and then we can see how we can take it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask if you need me to film. Do you want to hold her? You have her?
Don't need that.
I didn't even say hello to both of you.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay, baby.
So this is just normal saline that we're using just to spray away any of the other ointment and stuff that was put on. And it also just helps us see how deep the little wound is, if it needs any further treatment or anything like that. Fortunately, it's looking fairly clean, so it doesn't seem too much to worry about. We are going to have to put on a little dressing to sort of help the growth, flesh growth again in that area, just to get it to build up.
Maybe a bit sticky because I know she put a dressing on that has some honey in it, I think.
Maybe she's got a little fluid.
Yeah, it has gone all the way down.
This is the wound on the little girl's arm, so it looks like the shot from the pellet gun?
Bullet.
So it was a bullet,
almost
yeah.
like a bullet.
So it looks like it's gone grazed through the arm. So there's quite a bit of tissue missing, as you can see from this angle. So we'll give it a good clean. And then she's going to need a bandage.
So this is baby number 13, and there is Elise, who is already waiting for baby. And Yuri is so kind of bringing her in. So let's have a check how she's doing besides her arm. Say hello to Lottie.
Oh, there she is. Hello, Lottie.
You're a cutie.
She is a cutie.
You're getting a friend?
Come on. Hey, boo.
Okay.
You're fast asleep, darling. Hey. You're fast asleep. Fast asleep. Okay.
Let's do a quick check. Okay. Other than that, let me see how you're doing. You've got wonderful teeth. Very pretty. I've already seen them in action. And other than that, let's see. Look, 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 look. Unwrap yourself. That looks good. Very active, very strong. Legs look good. No further breaks. Little girl. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah. You look good. Now we need to.
On her head. Some red spots.
Now we need to weigh you. Huh? Yeah, there's another baby. Want to say hi?
So cute, girl.
Come on. Let's see. Oh. Hello.
Yay.
She's really confused.
Yeah.
Little Lottie's probably saying, oh my god, a girl, this can only mean trouble. I'm getting out of here.
to a girl. Yeah, a girl.
I knew this meant trouble. I just got to get some peace and quiet. Where can I go? The little Lottie's trying to find the best quiet spot that he can find. I don't think he's too happy about his new roommate, but we'll see how things go.
Oh no, Lottie, what's all that noise? She's what are you doing?
Say hello to your friend.
So like all little ones that have just lost their mother, especially in such a traumatic circumstances, it is going to take a while for her to realize that she's in a different place and mom's not actually going to come back. It does take them quite a while to settle and to accept this fate. So it will be a couple of days that she's going to be calling out and trying to attract the troop or attract her mom to let her know where she is.
You think 5 or 6 weeks old?
Yeah. She has already crying.
Yeah.
Lottie's so
Yeah, she's like, what?
Why are you screaming?
Why are you here? Why?
I'm the screamer.
Oh, don't run away.
While over to the back of Disneyland, and here we have little Roddy, Cappy and Geo making friends with each other and exploring and just finding their way around this little enclosure. These are all the very tiny little ones, so they're not as stable as the others climbing up and down, but of course they need the practice. And as you can see, they're not frightened of doing anything, so they will climb up to the highest points where they can and clamber around. So little brave little souls, they do like each other quite a bit, and they're all getting on very, very well. So this is just them having a little bit of a fun time in the back of Disneyland, sort of orientating themselves, getting used to climbing up the sticks and the poles and everything that's there, and slowly becoming little monkeys again. Little Geo not really concerned with running and jumping around, quite content to sit on top of the little feeding cage and just watch the others and seeing what they're getting up to.
Don't jump in, please. How's it going back there? Okay.
The other side of the Disneyland fence, and of course here we have the whole clingy little bundle, all not brave enough to run around on their own, but of course you must expect that at this tiny little age they normally would be having a mom looking after them and giving them security, and they don't really have that now at the moment, so they sort of find that in each other.
Right, so we have, I've got Cosimo there on the left. Terry.
It's not really easy to tell these little guys apart all the time as they weave in and out of each other. So you actually have to be there working with them, and especially as they come in, it makes it a lot easier. But trying to recognize them all from the outside or one at a time individually when you're not actually with them daily, it can become quite a task. The nice part about watching them grow up is seeing how more and more agile they sort of get and how they go out and explore the enclosure. Some of them become a little bit more independent, and you start seeing the little personalities of each little one sort of coming out and their little behaviors. Naturally, there's a big age difference between some of them, so the younger they are, the less they're going to be climbing around. They're still getting used to their little arms and legs and things like this and what they're capable of. But as they get older, they're jumping around and bouncing all over the place and sort of climbing up and down the trees. So it's really nice to be part of this experience.
I don't even know. Terry, it's like...
Well, not all jobs are great jobs, but they have to be done. And of course, taking the temperature of each one of these little ones is vitally important. Normally gets done on a daily basis and recorded, so that we just know that there's nothing creeping up on them. They can get ill very, very quickly, so one has to pay attention to this type of thing. So of course this does happen quite regularly. It's just not one of our favorite moments of broadcasting it all over the place.
So 34.9, which is low.
Today we're going to move Oswald for a visit to the Coco intro cage because he's getting very big now and Edson clings to him a lot and we need to move him on to foster mums. So Lana is going to kindly carry him down for us and settle him in down there. Okay, so we're on our way to Coco. So they've got a nice cage with some trees and leaves in here. Let's see which potential mums will come to the fence. Okay. Mama. Hercules came to see what's going on.
Hercules is a little orphan from 2020.
See who his new friend's going to be.
Duka, also another little orphan from 2020.
And here comes Peggy.
Peggy was born in 2017 and arrived here as an orphan. Unfortunately, her mother died after being caught in some fence, and we managed to get her from there.
So Oswald's in the Coco intro cage again today to meet some potential foster mums through the fence, or just to get used to the cage. He's in with carer Jet right now, and he's chosen to snuggle up to his carer this morning rather than kind of explore, but he has been off a little bit. There's a mum coming to the fence. That's Jacob. It's a female.
She's actually come a couple of times
Has
already this
she?
morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So apparently she's been up a few times. But it is a bit chilly, so Oswald is enjoying the snuggles. Just to get used to everything. And what we need to do is make sure that he knows the feeding cage. In here, he knows it in Disneyland, but now we've got to make sure that he knows the feeding cage in the intro cage, so he can be proficient in here before we start letting mums in. So it's his time to kind of get used to everything before we add him a mum.
So this is Baba number 14 that we've just picked up, and Sidonie is just giving him a little bit of rescue. Little bits by bit by bit.
So the initial treatment for every little monkey that we basically pick up is giving them a little bit of rescue remedy. This just helps them calm down a little bit from the trauma they have experienced. There's also normally a little bit of rehydration in there, which is made up of honey and Himalayan salt, and this just gives them any of the little minerals and things that their little body might have lost. And just because we don't know what they've been drinking or having before, it's just a little bit of a good start to make sure their little stomachs are still okay and functioning well. And then after they've settled a little bit, we'll switch over to giving them some of the soya milk formula that we use. Little Zeb comes from Polokwane, so it's a town about an hour and a half or so away from us. He was also just found on somebody's farm. They're not too sure the reason. This tiny little one was just left behind and they couldn't find the troop or anything like this, so does seem to be quite a strange phenomena, because this is a very, very young little baby, so it's not normal for things like that to happen. But you know, sometimes the troop gets scared off for one or other reason, and the little youngster just gets left behind. And of course, it's very seldom that they actually backtrack or anything if they're not certain what happened to it. It's always helpful if the team that's bringing the little one in manages to get it to drink some milk formula. It does sort of make things a lot easier when they arrive, and this is great that they've actually managed to get this little one to start drinking. So it's had its rescue remedy, and of course it's drinking some nice formula now, so it looks like things are going to work out quite nicely for this little one.
Hello. Well, little guy. Oh, he is a smallie.
Teeny tiny,
Wow.
tiny one.
There you go, buddy. Very small. Let's get him over. Don't know who's taking.
Okay.
We have a new one for you.
Welcome, number 14.
We'll just watch the other two. So what happened this one?
We don't know much. He was found alone near a farm, I think.
Alone near a farm. And he's only what, like a week old?
Yeah. He doesn't have teeth yet.
No teeth? A little gummy? Huh?
He slept the whole trip.
And you've managed to get him drinking?
Yeah, he had like 20 ml milk.
Okay, from the bottle?
No miracle teeth.
Miracle teeth, okay.
But he seems a bit off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's sleepy or...
Okay. New friends. This is Lottie.
Yep.
This is Claudette Marie. This way. Look at the camera. Oh, come around. So they're arriving so fast. We've got 3 in quarantine now, and they'll just stay in their little group. Alright.
The teeth are there, but barely. And the
yeah.
top, you can't see anything
Yeah,
really.
it's a bit gone. Okay, 2 weeks.
Here's a bit of a sore.
2-ish weeks.
Oh, on the chin.
No, on the gum.
Can't see.
There's like a very slight little bit of red there. Doesn't look like anything yet. Keep an eye, huh? Your limbs. Anything behaviourally in the car? Is he fine?
Yeah.
Calm?
Well, he was very upset to start with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then he calmed down. Lots of sleeping. When we went over the bumps, we were on a friend. We did enjoy that.
The bumps.
But yeah, otherwise quite well. Got a very healthy bladder. He's feeding regularly.
I like that.
I feel like he maybe did strain a bit to the poop. Like I knew when it was coming. If that makes sense, but
Stomach feels fine though. I don't feel like he's bloated or anything.
he sleeps really cutely.
He's got all his fingers and toes.
Good start.
You definitely a boy? I know. So invasive of me. And you are. That is a boy. Yes, I'm sorry. I know it's not fun. It's not fun. Is it?
A very thin little face.
Mm-hmm. Down at the hips as well. You need to get some weight on you. Should we see how much you weigh? you want to add a little bit down.
Time to do little Claudette Maury's bandage change. We have to do this at least once a day. Although it does seem like it's healing very, very nicely. She doesn't seem to be the most cooperative. You can't really blame her. It doesn't seem to have had any real effect, thankfully. It didn't hit any bone and seems to have not caused much nerve damage. But of course in little ones it's very, very hard to tell. But it has started granulating and things growing back together. So hopefully it won't be too long for her to have this little bandage on, and she'll soon be running around without it like all the other little monsters.
There we go. Oh no. Oh no.
It's nothing really that we special that we're cleaning with. It's just really normal saline, just to make sure it's staying nice and clean and that it's not getting any like septic areas or anything like that. Really the dressing is just to make sure that it doesn't get dirty, because of course little monkeys there's a lot of feces and stuff around. We are putting something called Gelanet underneath, and Gelanet just helps the granulation to start forming, and of course it helps the bandage not to stick to a little arm, because we don't want to be pulling off the new skin every time we change the bandage. But the granulation's there, looking very, very nicely, and soon she should be running around without this bandage. Thanks to Hannah and Dustin, nice little bandage change there. It's looking very, very nice. And if you can see, little Claudette Marais actually managed to sleep during this whole process. So it was done very nicely and very gently, and she doesn't seem to have minded it near the end. So off she goes back through to Neverland just to jump around.
So Lottie's found a new toy, and that is Claudette's tail. Hey bud. So he's doing a little better on the arm. Not quite using it fully.
You made a 16 hour bottle. Just for the road. Sorry? Just for the road. It was a 16 hour. It was 57. It ended up being 57. Yeah, just to know when.
Oh, how much? Okay.
Yeah. And it ended up being 57 because I don't know how.
Little Roddy on his way for his adventure, doesn't sound happy about it at all.
hopefully that's fine for the first little bit. I have some bananas, so you can just start with for now. To know how we're gonna do this. So it can look a little bit traumatic throwing in the seconds, but hopefully. So I'm gonna get him in a good wrap, and then if you could do whatever you can to get them over, hopefully he'll stop screaming when I have him. Yes, I know, I've got you. I've got you. Okay.
So the blanket is going in.
The blanket might have to go in. We'll see how it goes. I just want to get him calmer so they're calmer before I chuck him in. The last thing I want is them to come for me. And yeah, the blanket might need to go in because otherwise he'll grab me and it'll be tricky.
Raisins too.
It's a little bit more of a challenge when the foster moms are already in the enclosure and you have to introduce a new little one.
So let me know once you think they are distracted. Ladies.
Martha just grabbed Roddy.
Again, you can see how the little one's sort of distracted by the caregiver being so close to the enclosure. So most of the attention now is given to the caregiver instead of the monkeys. This is also why normally when we've got a lot of volunteers, we don't use the same people that actually brought up the monkey to do the introduction. It also cuts down a little bit of the trauma in the process, and you'll see as the person that's used to sort of moves further away or out the sight of the little baby, things sort of go a lot better, and she starts paying a lot more attention to the moms. But of course this is still usual. Little babies pulling threat faces at the mothers, but we've got some very good moms here, so it doesn't really worry them. They do know it's going to take a little bit of time, and the nice thing about these moms is they don't really go and force themselves on the little one. You'll see they will attempt every now and again, but they don't do anything harsh. When they do get an opportunity, they give the little one a nice big hug just to show that it's reassuring and they're not there really to harm anyone.
Martha likes him. And Jeffro is of course here again, checking out why there's a baby crying. Thanks, Connie. Be careful of the bandits when going up.
Integrations are never an easy thing for little ones, even for older monkeys. Getting to used to a whole new environment is quite traumatic for anybody. And it is also one of the reasons why we spend time with them in the enclosure, so that they can start getting used to the monkeys through the enclosure, make contact with them, get touched by older monkeys, so they're not too frightened. But as you can see, even though little Roddy's had this kind of interaction with other monkeys, it's still traumatic for him to leave his caregiver and be on his own with somebody that he doesn't really understand. So although this seems to be quite harsh, it doesn't really take too long for them to start getting used to the monkeys and enjoying them holding them and things like this. I think they start realizing this is our own kind and this is where we're supposed to be, and it doesn't take them too long to start calming down and accepting the new mom.
So we sat back like a couple feet away, and he stopped crying so much, and he actually went into the direction of the perch where Daisy May, Martha and Pan are. Now it's very difficult to get a video because I went there and then he came back. So he very much looks for human attention. Oh, and Daisy May. Looks like she wants to say hello. So Roddy just joined them up on the perch. Now walking back. Just quickly said hello to his friend. So Roddy calmed down quite well. He's still sitting at the platform closest to us, but he did go up to the perch where the others are a couple times, but he's just not so sure about the big monkeys. I think he's happy to see friend Daisy May, but very cautious of the ladies, but at least not screaming anymore. So it only took about an hour, less, for him to stop screaming. Roddy is just holding on to Daisy May. Screaming again. Not quite sure about all this. But he's happy to have his friend. And also holding on to the monkeys. But mostly to Daisy.
Well, you can certainly see the difference in Daisy May. She's really found her foster mom and always trying to get back to her, which is kind of a good thing. It is kind of difficult here with little Roddy because that's one of the things we don't really like happening, is that he gets attached again to one of the little monkeys he spent time with. So it does make it very difficult. We're just going to see how it goes with him. Is he going to settle down after a while and not cling so much to Daisy May, and starting to give a little bit more trust in the moms? It also just depends on how the moms handle the situation from here, and of course how he starts to figure things out himself.
Martha just picked Daisy May up and with including Roddy. So Daisy May just went into the feeding cage and Roddy followed her in. I helped him kind of find the bottle because he was just clinging to her and still screaming. I mean, he's still screaming. And I kind of tapped the bottle for him and held it out for him. Now he's drinking, which is good. I might offer some comfort as well through the suckling. So I just came back from my lunch for 1 hour and Roddy seems to have settled very well. So he is here with Daisy May, Martha and Pan still. It's him in the front and both of them are just kind of climbing around, getting cuddles. So it's Pan on the left and Martha on the right.
Vervet's pacing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can see how the whole situation's kind of changed around completely, with the little ones now both trusting the foster mom and getting a lot more confident in the relationship. So as I said, it does take a little bit of time. It's not always nice to sit through it. Just remember, for the caregivers, they actually hear the whole day, because this doesn't happen in 5 minutes. But as you did, yes, you did mention it took about just over an hour for little Roddy to sort of calm down and accept his situation, and accept the mom. And now, of course, he's in there and things should go a lot better from now on. Well, this is always a nice part to see in the integration process, is them all sharing food together. The moms are very, very relaxed, and of course the little babies are doing what they should be doing, is picking up the little pieces as they fall from mom's mouth. And so they get used to trying what the moms eat, and this is how they slowly learn what they're allowed to eat or not allowed to eat. Of course, they're not given any food that they're not allowed to eat, but little ones don't really know that. So this is slowly how they learn to interact and basically live as a little family group. You can even see how nicely it's going on here, where they're playing with the moms and interacting a little bit with them, and there's no screaming. Everybody seems calm and happy. Again, thank you everybody for watching, for joining our channel, for sharing, becoming members, supporting us through our various donations.
Thank you everyone for Christmas bonus. Hallelujah!
Thank you everyone for your support in making this possible. We've got a lot of very thankful local guides. They're very happy. Thank you for helping us out, and we'll see you next week.